Yeah, first of all, I'd love to know your overall thoughts on the match.
Yeah, I think it was our best performance of the year. The goals in the first half were all, I would say, really high-quality individual efforts that ended the plays. Of course, the one that Stas takes from the center back. But even in that play, like the way that Tyler commits to go forward, to just give the guy that Stas is 1v1 against, to give him a decision that there's a chance for a pass, like making this extra run. Stas's second goal, Mateus, it's like a little thing, but such a smart play. He just stands in front of the guy who's running with Stas and like puts his body in the way. It's such a heads-up smart play that gives Stas like the path that he can kind of run forward with. And then, the build-up for the first goal. Really good composure from Rafa to find the first pass out of pressure. Good for Cal not to rush his decision and take the space in transition. And then, what do you want to say about Malik? When the ball comes to him in the box, he has some really incredible instincts, and some of the stuff that he can invent when he's in front of goal is unbelievable. So, so overall, I'm sorry that we gave the goal because I think we deserved the clean sheet in the game. But overall, it's really positive for us.
And speaking of Tyler Gladstone getting his first start today and first professional performance, just was that due to his performance in the Dallas Cup, or just what do you think of his minutes?
Yeah, a combination of a lot of things. His performance with the 18s over the past 3 months, his performance in training with Union 2, and then of course the last couple of weeks he's kind of really taken a big step, and you can see he's kind of run on a lot of confidence. From the playing well, 18s, national team, Dallas Cup, performing well, training well in the second team, and then he deserved this opportunity, and I thought he did a really good job today.
And another one making his debut today, Andrew Craig, just what do you think of his job today?
Yeah, he didn't have so much to do, but he looked confident and composed, and I'm proud of him. Another one of these guys that I coached when he was like 10 years old, so to see him kind of go through the last 8-9 years through this system, and to earn and get to the level where he's contributing to Union 2. We're proud of him, happy for his family, so overall I think it's something that he deserved, and that's been coming for a long time.
On the goal by Carolina, you kind of mentioned that it seemed like, I think it was the midfielder Rimbaud just kind of bullied himself like a demolition car up the midfield, and like that led to that goal. What do you think the defense, if anything, could have done better on that goal? Because it just looked like he just kept having the ball. There was like a player would come in, try to stop him, and then he'd keep progressing.
Yeah, I think we talked about it midfield at halftime, that the way they were getting a chance in this game, and I thought this was the one negative from the games. They were giving too many easy balls away in midfield, and that's what kind of led to that, the start of that action. And then, we lose a tackle, and then the guy has space that he can drive it or back line, and then they execute it well too, so that's part of it. But like I said, the start of the play is where it kind of didn't have to happen. So we can look at it, and learn from it, but they're playing the game too, so that's the other thing we always have to remember is, they have guys that can make plays in the field as well, and so it was a good execution of the transition by them.
And we've talked about that, especially last year, when like Andrew would come up with the first team, Rick would come up with the first team, and then Stas gets to start today.
Yeah,
gives you two goals, just from a development standpoint of taking that start seriously and contributing. Do you see that growth and development from him, and maybe even Andrew to a certain degree from last year?
And always with the guys that, their performance is going to depend on their mentality and how they approach the game, and they're two guys that you don't have to worry about that. With Stas, it's it's a funny one because he's in a different position than it was last season, and he's a mature enough guy to understand that if he doesn't approach this the right way, then he doesn't get something out of it, and he's not preparing himself for the minutes that he hopefully gets next week with the first team. So I think he did that today, and obviously, scored 2 great goals, but the way he was working for 90 minutes was cool. So, I always appreciate that, and that's the kind of the standard that we are going to hold them to always, is because we want to win, and our group, the kids, they need to learn that, and when we approach it with the right mentality, then it's possible. But no one is above, coming out and thinking the game is going to be easy, because there's never an easy game.
What did you think of Monty Burke today?
Yeah, I thought he grew into the game. You know, you could see a couple of his decisions. Maybe he just didn't have the right timing with it. You know, rushed things when he didn't have to. Maybe took a second too long on the ball when he had to speed things up. But overall, I think he had a strong performance.
And then when you guys played Red Bull 2, struggled to get shots on goal. I mean, I think Lennon's goal was the first shot there was.
Yeah.
So were you pleased with the improvement in the shots today and the attack?
Yeah, and I think it's what we talked about more is like the build up to that. Your first passes in transition being cleaner with, better in our build up play, better in decision making when it's not on the go forward directly. We can try to find the weak side, create 2v1 when we have to just build with possession. And I think we did a better job in our decision making of playing better soccer, you know, because the game we have, again, to go back to Red Bull, great commitment, organization defensively solid, but like you can't play or watch 30 games like this where we're just losing every pass. And then we work hard to win it back. That's great. Crash into the next guy and lose the ball. Like we can't go 30 games playing like this. So let's improve the quality. Let's improve the way that we're playing with the ball. And I think we did a better job. That led to, you know, a lot more opportunities to get the goal today.